welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. Do not forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. And if this is not your first time, you're not new, you're a regular person, thank you so much. I love you guys. Okay, so I know that people have been wondering, where is Mikball? Where has Mikball been? Where did she disappear to? She just left us. No video, no nothing. And yeah, basically a lot of things have happened in like the past 2 weeks that I uploaded a video. 3 weeks now, I don't know. I just know it has been a while that I uploaded a video. And a lot has happened actually. So let's talk about that, okay? Let's get right into it. So first thing that happened is life happened basically. Life happened to me. As you guys know, I have sickle cell anemia, and that's what we're going to talk about today. But just let me give you guys a quick life update, okay? I have what is called sickle cell anemia. So as at the time that I dropped my last video, I was in recovery because I was sick earlier on, so I was in recovery. And after all of that, I had complications from the last crisis that I had. I'm going to explain all of that. I also graduated from university officially. Let me show you guys my scroll. Okay, so officially I graduated from uni. So my convocation was sometime in January. Actually, it was on 20th of January. Obviously, I have that date in my mind because I graduated. So my convocation was on the 20th of January. I couldn't vlog it because I was late to my I just couldn't vlog it. I didn't have time. My camera, not my camera, sorry, my phone was dead. Like my convocation, nobody could reach me because my phone was dead. So I couldn't even vlog it or anything. So yeah, I had my convocation. I was dealing with like complications from my last crisis. I have also started NYSC, so now I am a copper. Yeah, so basically that's like a quick life update of what has happened to me, where I have been, why I haven't posted in a while. I'm sorry for that, but by God's grace, I'm going to come back with plenty of videos for you guys. Okay, so today's video basically is going to be about me and sickle cell anemia. What is sickle cell? How has that happened to me? What is it about? I'm thinking of starting a series called The Sickled Life, whereby I talk about sickle cell anemia. So maybe that's what today is going to be about basically. So I'm going to talk about sickle cell anemia and me. How has it affected me? What is my life like with it? All of that. So okay, let's get right into that video. Okay, so sickle cell anemia. For those of you who do not know, sickle cell anemia is it's a blood disorder. It's a genetic blood disorder whereby your blood cells, so every normal person's blood cells are circular shaped in nature, yeah, but for somebody that has sickle cell, it is shaped like the crescent. So you people know how the moon is shaped, yeah, it's a C shape. The sickle cell, a sickle shape, the crescent, basically that's how it looks like. So it just affects blood flow. It doesn't let your blood flow easily, and it gets stuck in your blood veins. And I don't know if it's your blood veins or your blood vessels. It shall get stuck, and I feel like I know this thing, but the science of it is kind of hard for me to explain, but I know what it is. So it just affects your blood flow and everything. And when they can't flow easily, they all are just cramped up in a place in your body, in your blood, and it causes a crisis. So basically a crisis is like sickness, that what happens to a warrior. So I'm putting too many words in. Okay, so a warrior basically is someone that has sickle cell. So we call ourselves, I don't know if we call ourselves, I just know that people that have sickle cell anemia are called warriors. Okay, so yeah, so let's backtrack. Sickle cell anemia is a genetic disorder that affects your blood flow. Your cells are shaped sickle instead of round. Okay, how do you get sickle cell anemia? Basically you get it from people that have the sickle gene. So they're genotype AA, AS, and SS, which is what I have. I have genotype SS, and my two parents have the genotype AS. So when you have people that have the two sickle genes come together and have a child, they can pass that S gene to the child, which is what causes sickle cell anemia. So if your parents, have AS, your mom is AS, your dad is AS, it could be it's very high that there's a very high possibility that you will be SS. So which is what happened to me, and it is what it is. So I'm living my best life with it. I'm happy, all of that. So what has sickle cell been like for me? First off, let me give you guys like a backstory. How did this happen? Well, I just give you like what happened. How did it happen? I don't know. I just know that at some point in time in my life, my parents told me, "Oh, you have sickle cell." It's not like just came out to me, "You have sickle cell." Like it's a heartbreaking news to go and tell somebody that they have sickle cell. So obviously, at some point in time in my life, when I was older, my parents sat me down and we had the whole conversation about what sickle cell was. I have sickle cell anemia, because in school I want to do so many things with my mates. I want to play, I want to jump, and my teachers in school tell me, "You can't do that, go and sit down, do that," and I can't do anything. All my friends are playing, I can't play, I can't do risky things, I can't. And it was such a terrible time for me. And at some point in time we had the conversation. I had sickle cell. How long have I had sickle cell for? My entire life. I had it way before I was born, so maybe by like 6 months, I don't know, but I just know that I had obviously, according to what was referred back to me, I had it before I was 1 year old. So I wasn't even one before I started hustling and suffering and tussling, but look at me today. Okay, so yeah, how has life been for me with sickle cell? I feel like with sickle cell, you just have to gather yourself and do what you gotta do, because if you sit down waiting for somebody to be petting you, or you're sitting down like, "Oh, I have sickle cell, I'm not going to do this today, I'm not going to do that today," I get it, it's really terrifying, it's scary, it's a very horrifying thing to happen to anybody, and like it's a lot to deal with. But me personally, how I have dealt with sickle cell is I just accept it. Like, this is who I am now, Mips. This is who you are now. So you are going to accept it. You're going to deal with it. You're going to live with it. It is your life. I mean, it took me a really, really long time for me to get to where I am now, being so open about my health and telling people, "Oh, I have sickle cell anemia," and they're like, and I'm like, "Yes, I have sickle cell anemia." Okay, and it doesn't stop me from doing anything that I want to do. So I have just decided to accept it, move on with it. How do I manage it? I have meds. I'm always on meds every single day of my life. It is a thing, it is a cycle that doesn't stop. I am always taking medications, and it is annoying, it is so frustrating, it is sad, because if there is a break in transmission from taking my medications, it's a terrible thing, because it will land me into a crisis, which is like very, very bad. Very, very, very bad. So I feel like anybody that has sickle cell anemia, you know what it is. I know what it is. It's a hard time. We just gotta be strong and just depend on God Almighty, because honestly, without God, and yeah, it is a very life-threatening thing. But okay, that aside, okay, so what is my life with sickle cell anemia? I feel like that is one of the hardest questions to answer, because my life is a roller coaster, honestly, because today I'm fine, tomorrow I'm not. Today I'm fine, tomorrow I'm not. Today I'm not, tomorrow I'm fine. And it's just like in and out and in and out. I just have to manage it. And I remember, like, at the beginning of the video, I said something about a complication from my crisis. And the thing with sickle cell anemia is not just dealing with, being sick or like the crisis. There are also things that happen after feeling sick, and like it just causes a downside on you. It fucks you up. It fucks up your system, mentally, physically, emotionally, like even financially, because it drains your pockets, because you're buying drugs every day, you're in the hospital, you're paying doctors, all of that. It is a lot. How have I just decided to wing it, live my best life, accept it as what it is, that I can't change it, there's nothing I can do about it, but be the body that I am, have fun with it, live my life to the fullest, and pray to God Almighty that this is what it is now, to help me to accept it, to live with it, to work with it, to know that in as much as this is there, it's not something that is going to define me. Because I said before, it took me a really, really long time to get to where I am today, to be so open about my health and to tell people. I post about it on my Instagram, my Twitter. I feel like the only place I have never spoken about my health is my TikTok. I have become so open about it. I talk to people about it. I tell people about it. I let people understand what it is, how it happens. How I'm living with it is honestly not a thing that I can tell somebody per se, like, oh, this is what I do, this is what I don't do, because I'm a very strong-headed person. I'm very stubborn. Sometimes I'm just like, fuck it, I'm not taking my meds, and nobody is going to do anything to me, because I'm grown. So at the end of the day, it's my decision to make. I know the consequences of not doing that thing, and I still decide I'm not going to do it. There's nothing anybody's going to do to me. You cannot beat me, because at the end of the day, if I'm sick, you're going to be here with me. I know that it sounds very manipulative and very silly and everything, but sometimes it's really just tiring having to always be on medications, drinking, all of that. So one thing that happens with like sickle cell, and one thing that we're always told as warriors, is that always drink water, because liquids, it helps like the blood flow. I don't know how that happens, but they just say keep drinking water, make sure you're always drinking water. I hope you're drinking water. And it was so annoying, because I remember being in primary school and in secondary school, my mommy would pack like 10 bottles of water for me. I had this really big bottle. I would try and look for, like, I know you people know that there's that big orange bottle that we used to carry, like, some were small. It was big like this. I used to have like 2 of it, and if I go to school and come back and I don't finish the water in the bottle, I know that my mother is going to finish my head. So sometimes I will just share my water in school. Do you want water? Make for please, do you have water? Yes, I have water. Drink. Yes, because I know that if I go back home and my water is not finished, I'm going to be explaining things to my mother at home as to why I didn't drink my water. Why didn't you finish your water? Why? Like, it was a whole lot of thing. It was really tough growing up, especially because I just couldn't find myself doing things that I wanted to. My peers wouldn't do, like, my peers would do specific things and I wouldn't be able to do them. I remember also, like, inter-house sports was a hard time for me, because in as much as I'm not really that athletic, I don't think I have an athletic bone in my body. I just wanted to do those things. Like, people will be running and, playing and all of those things. And that's when the teacher of the I don't know whatever they're called, but those teachers, they will not gather and be like, oh, sit down, don't go there, and it was really annoying. But I think one of the positive sides to it was that nobody could beat me. Nobody could beat me, nobody could punish me, and I took so much pride in it. Like, you want to beat me? My daddy is coming for you. My mom is coming for you. And I know that I sound like a very manipulative person saying all of these things, but yes, I did it. I threatened my teachers. I manipulated them. I made them think like, if you touch me, if anything happens to me, if I faint like this, I'm going to the hospital and you're going to pay for it. I used to threaten. Going back to think about it now, it was a funny thing to do, because I actually did threaten my teachers in school. I remember one time this man flogged me, and I told him that if anything happens to me, I promise you, they're going to come and carry you, and you're going to be the one to pay my hospital bill, and they will sack you too. Yes, I did that. I was such a terrible child. But yeah, that happened. So anyways, I think like I'm digressing. So another thing is how do I manage sickle and how do I live with it? I just drink a lot of water. Actually, I don't drink a lot of water, but I do drink a lot of water at the same time. I just tend to drink water, take my meds, all of that, basically, because I know that it's not like the easiest thing to do. It can be really frustrating when somebody's on your case. How many bottles of water have you drank today? Have you taken your drug? How many bottles of water did you drink today? Did you drink water? Did you drink water? Better go and drink water now. Like, it's really annoying and it's so tiring and it's frustrating, because why do you want to choke me with water? Like, yes, I know water is good for my body. Water is good for everybody in general. But why do you want to use it and choke me and force me like, you must drink water? Please, I'm tired of it. So I just tend to try my possible best, because I'm not even the best person. I don't drink that much water. I don't, take my drugs as often as I should, because I'm supposed to take them every single day. But I skip days. I don't take them. I just, do whatever it is. So yeah, I try my best to just manage my life, to not put myself in situations that will stress me, because stress is like a major trigger for a crisis. So things that like will trigger a crisis: stress, the weather conditions, when the weather is too cold or the weather is too hot, basically adverse change in weather conditions, stress, not drinking enough water, not taking your medications, all of those things. Another thing with sickle cell is something as really minute as I don't know, maybe sitting for too long or standing for too long. Something as minute as even wearing a socks, like you know the elastic on the socks, and then you wear it and it's really tight on your leg, it can cause a crisis for you. So things like that, it's really crazy. But I want to like just I don't know, I just feel like it is life. It is what it is. Like everybody in life has things they are dealing with, has problems they are facing, and mine is what it is, and I'm just living it, winging it. I'm happy to be it. Okay, so I feel like I want to talk about one major thing that people do not understand with sickle cell, and it is what a crisis is, things that lead to a crisis, and also what happens after a crisis. So before leading to a crisis in itself, and post, is it post? Yeah, post crisis. It's post. Okay, so like I said, a crisis basically is the sickness, the way people have malaria or headaches, stuff like that. Whatever is wrong with us in that moment is classified as a crisis. So it just happens to be like so much pain. Basically, you're in pain, like all over your. It could be all over your body, in the weirdest places, your ears, your eyes, your head, your teeth. Like this, it's like you're like it's fucking crazy because different parts. Like I get it, if it's like your hand or your back or your leg, like it's fine. But somebody please explain to me, why is my throat paining me? Like I'm in pain with my body, like my entire body hurts, and then my teeth and my gum and my throat. You people want to choke me too with that. It's really funny. So things like that. The last crisis I had was like, I feel like one of the most excruciating ones I've ever had, because I didn't even know what was going on. Like my parents would ask me like, what's paining you? And I'm like, I can't explain. I don't know what's paining me. I'm in so much pain that I can't talk, I can't move. I'm just, all I'm doing is just crying. Like I'm in so much pain, and I'm in tears, just wah wah wah. Like it's really crazy because I'm just crying. Is it your back? Is it your chest? Like I literally can't talk, I can't explain. And I remember going to the hospital, this last one, which was on the 31st. Yeah, I remember going to the hospital, and they wanted to take me out of the car because obviously the car drove me to the hospital. And they wanted to take me out of the car and take me to the building and everything. And my doctor tried to touch me, and I yelled. The security guys, okay, let's try and carry her. And I yelled at them like, don't touch me. Like literally nobody should touch me, don't touch me. I was in the car for almost 30 minutes. I was in pain, but nobody could touch me, because if you touch me, you worsen my condition. Moving my body was a terrible thing. It was such a hard time for me. I managed myself, and they took me in, they put me in a wheelchair. Even pushing that wheelchair in, as soft as it was, as it was very certain and everything. Pushing it in the most minimal way was still very painful for me. And that's how it is with warriors everywhere. It is such a very painful experience, and that's why you see people like us always saying, don't say you want to go and marry for love and you don't know your genotype, or you know your genotype and you know that there's a high risk and a high chance of you bringing a child who is going to have sickle cell anemia into the world, and then you go and say you are marrying for love. That your child will swear for you. They will swear for you, because if they actually end up knowing that, oh, the reason this thing is happening to me is because my daddy and mommy decided that they love themselves and they don't think that, oh, my life is important or my life is paramount, then they will actually swear for you. Because I feel like, why would you be a wicked person knowing fully well, now that everywhere everybody is educated and like the world is very educated? Like during our parents' time, most of them probably didn't even know what sickle cell was, what all of that was. They just got married because they liked themselves and wanted to get married. That was it. But you, as you are now, you now want to go and marry somebody that has that is this that. Whoa, don't let me swear for you, yeah. But anyways, so yeah, I think that's it with a crisis. It's like so painful and excruciating. You really can't explain with it. But basically, just know that it's a very painful experience. And I feel like one thing that a lot of people don't know is that, in as much as somebody that has sickle cell is like this and doesn't look like they're in so much pain, they're in so much pain. They're in so much pain that they can't speak about it. They can't explain how they feel sometimes, and all they know is just pain. Like it's really crazy. And sometimes there are people that tell you that, oh, you're just being lazy, Jerry. You don't want to walk. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but you sound really, really insensitive. I am not being lazy. I'm trying to, deal with my health. and things that I'm trying to manage it in the best way that I can. If I think doing this thing is going to lead me into a crisis, I'm sorry, you're not going to be there with me when I'm crying and when I'm in pain. No, you're not. You're not going to be the one telling me, oh, you're not going to be the one dealing with me. The best you can do is sorry, and that's it. And then the thing with sickle cell is not just having the crisis, like I said before. It is what happens after the crisis. I know that people have been seeing my hand and you're probably wondering, why does this guy have a bandage on her hand? Complication, post complication from having a crisis. So like I said, the last crisis I had was one of the most terrible ones I had. Anyways, I don't want to like give full details and everything, but basically it was a terrible complication. After I recovered, I kind of like fell sick again, but not fell sick because my hand was a mess. Like it was swollen. Usually when the line is not good again, they take it out, but it was swollen and everything. They took it out. I was fine. I had recovered. Like they discharged me from the hospital. You know, my hand to be swelling, and you know, all of a sudden it started like was being a mess. Started bringing out pus and stuff like that. It is. It's not something that is nice. It's not a nice experience for anybody. For people that have it, for people that know people that have it, for people that have family members or really close friends that have it. It's a terrible, terrible experience. Another thing with sickle cell anemia is friendships and relationships. I'm going to like obviously do a whole YouTube video on that, on how sickle cell has affected my friendships and my relationships and everything. But another thing is with sickle cell, it is really hard for you to have like a friend or a boyfriend or a girlfriend, because half of the time, in fact more than half of the time, your friends don't know what it is or they don't understand it, and honestly you can't blame them because they're not in your shoes. The best you can do is just try to educate them, you know, let them understand. But there are people that can just be really, really insensitive and say the meanest things to you, like, oh, she's just being lazy. Don't mind that girl, that's how she always behaves. So that's how he's always behaving, doesn't want to do anything. He's lazy, he's this, he's that. But honestly, that's not what it is. The notion that warriors are lazy, that people that have sickle cell anemia are lazy, it's honestly one of the most terrible things I've ever heard. Because I am one. I have seen people who, even though they are suffering in pain, they would get up and do what they have to do because they don't want somebody that doesn't know shit about their life telling them that she's lazy or she's sick. She's sick again. She's sick again. She's always sick. Like, what do you mean by she's always sick? Do you really think she wants to be sick or he wants to be sick and then you come and say he's always sick, she's always sick? Slap your face. But yeah, there's that, because like a lot of people half of the time don't understand what it is to live with sickle cell. They don't even know what it is. They just know that, oh, there is sickle cell. I feel like if you go around now ask people, yeah, do you know what sickle cell anemia is, they'll tell you they don't know, or they'll be like, it's just like they'll just I don't know, because a lot of people actually don't know what sickle cell is and all of that, and it's just a lot. So when you try to explain to a friend, or a friend is being shady about it or something, like it's just really crazy, because you're like, this is my life experience, I'm trying to explain something to you, I'm trying to tell you something, and you're being defensive, you're being very insensitive. And then I've honestly had like friends that I stopped talking to them because they were very insensitive, especially when it came to my health. They would say the meanest things, or they would be like, oh, I can't help you. Or if you send them, they'll be like, why can't you do it yourself? Like, oh, if I could do it myself, I wouldn't send you. And that's one thing with me, I think, like I've figured out that because of sickle cell, I just have to get up and do what I want to do, because I don't want somebody somewhere that has zero experience about my life, that doesn't know shit, come to tell me that, can't you do it yourself? Must I do it for you? Must I help you? You always look for somebody to help you. You are lazy. You don't want to do it yourself. And I'm like, wow, okay, that's fine. Don't worry, don't help me. I'll do it myself. Even though I'm in so much pain, I will figure myself out. If it's for me to sit every 5 minutes, I will do that thing myself, because I hate people insulting me. I hate people speaking to me in really nasty manners like that. So I think I have spoken about how many things now. What sickle cell is, how I live my life with it, how I tend to manage it, what a crisis is, and what happens after a crisis. Sometimes somebody will tell you that, oh, they were sick and you know they're feeling better, and yes, maybe they are feeling better, honestly, just a tad bit better, but you don't see them walking around or doing stuff like every other person would, and you are like, why are you not doing anything? Why are you just there? What's wrong with you? Get up, Jerry. That person knows what's going on in their body system, but you don't. And the person knows that, oh, if I get up now, maybe who knows, I'm going to relapse again into another sickness, and you're not going to be there for me. You're not going to be there with me in my crisis. So there's that. So I feel like this video could be, I don't know, just a mess and me just saying different things. But I hope that you were able to learn something new and understand just a tad bit of what sickle cell was. Not was, sickle cell is. Sorry, of what sickle cell is. And yeah, sickle cell is a chronic illness. Just in case you don't know, this is a chronic one. It's life-threatening. People actually die from sickle cell anemia, and it's very scary because every time somebody dies that has sickle cell anemia and I hear about it, I'm just like, oops, that could have been me. 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 And it's fucking scary because there's really nothing you can do but just pray to God. And I feel like another thing that's helped me, even though like I sort of struggle with it sometimes, is just praying to God and like, God, see, I can't do this again. Like, I just need your strength. Because I feel like one thing that sickle cell has done to me that has ruined me per se is like faith. Because they'll tell you that, oh, God loves you and he's willing to heal you and everything, but with sickle cell it's just like he doesn't care. I mean, I know he cares and he's hearing my prayers and everything, but it just feels like, oh, this man is just there and he doesn't care about me because I'm in so much pain like every time, and I will pray about it. My parents will pray for me, people like my random friends and everybody will pray for me, and nothing changes still. I'm just there, I'm just like, oh. But yeah, I'm working towards that, building up my faith and everything, and understanding that God is going to do this thing in his own time, and if he doesn't, all I gotta do is live my best life, be the baby girl that I am, and have fun. So if you have any questions and anything that you want to know, please do not hesitate to comment down below and I will answer your questions as soon as I can. I am also going to start a series called The Sickled Life, whereby I just speak about sickle cell anemia and different topics on sickle cell anemia. I will also have like friends of mine who are warriors, or friends that know people, basically family members, people that know somebody that has sickle cell or they have it themselves, stuff like that, and we'll talk about it. And yeah, so if you also have questions, you can comment down below. I will try and do like another video answering everybody's questions and commonly asked questions basically about sickle cell. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please do not forget to subscribe, comment and share. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.